Division of labor, they say, is the breaking down of work into smaller units. This was how it all ended, okay? Dividing the work. But it didn't start like this. I'll show you how it started shortly as we go on in the video. So I got this order to make, customize 100 tote bags, and I only had 2 days. That's 48 hours, even less than 2 days. So it started like this. This was how it started. It was around 6:45 a.m. at this moment, and I was on my way going to the market to purchase the fabric. After all, we have to get the fabric, right? I was done purchasing all this fabric and heading home. Around this time, it was around 12 noon, and this was me already almost done with the cutting. It was around 6 p.m. at this moment, and it was just remaining few for me to make. At 7:30 and thereabouts, I left the work to do some other things. Now, I was able to do this cutting and all this very fast because of some of the equipment that I have at hand. Yes, it will make it more easier for me. This was the second day, and it was around 6:45 a.m. okay. As I was saying, there's some equipment that make the work more easier. You see this clothes cutting machine, it make me cut the fabric in bulk. I can cut in bulk of 20 layers. You can see, imagine me cutting 20 tote bags at a time. So it's going to be more easier for me, okay. So I figured out how to lay the fabric together. I was having the issue with it. I think I shared it with you here on the page when I first purchased the machine. Putting the fabric into layers, I didn't know that it's something tedious like that, but I figured out how to lay fabric in bulk, so I can cut at least layer of 12, minimum of layer of 12, unless layer of like 20, unless if I just want to reduce it. And it was around 7:50 at this moment. I was done cutting everything, both the handles, the body of the bag, and the turning of the bag. This bag does not have lining, it does not have zip, but there is customization on them all. And the first thing I usually do when I'm sewing bags is to make sure I finish sewing all the handles. Remember, I'm making 100 tote bags, so definitely handles is going to be 200 pieces. See, when I'm making tote bag, and anytime I finish sewing the handles, in my mind I just feel like I'm done. Especially tote bag that does not have zip and does not have lining. So after joining the handles, I'm just rest assured that I'm almost done. In my last video, where I posted a video about an order that I did. No, it's not that last video. I think I posted some videos before, and somebody asked me that do I work alone, that she's always seeing only me. The thing is, yes, I don't work alone all the time, but there's some work that I feel like, oh, maybe I can do it, or people that might help me might not be available at that time, so I cannot pen people orders. I have to continue. So I have some people on contract that usually help out, but that is not most of the time. They work at night, you understand. They also have their own work that they do, so most of the time they work at night. So, and it's not all the time, just once a while if I have some bulk work to do, okay. So I have them like that. I just call and they come around to assist, okay. And this one is just a tote bag that does not have zip, does not have lining, so it's something I could handle by myself, okay. And this was me. I was almost done with handles. See, at this point, see, it's settled, and it was around I think after 10 at this moment, and I commenced sewing the bags. Yes, I commenced sewing the bags, and I finished sewing the bag around I think around 4:30. Yes, around 4:30. That was when I finished sewing the bag. Did I sew the bag alone? Yes, I did the cutting and the sewing alone, because I know some persons may also want to know. I did the cutting and the sewing. See, the more you cut tote bags and the more you sew it, you have, the more you get used to how you can work. I've been working on tote bag for a long period of time, so I understand, or should I say I understood how it works, cutting and all. See, if you are just using your normal scissors to cut, you might not be able to finish this work. I am telling you, you might not be able to finish it this time that I finish, because the cutting will have to extend to the second day. Okay, so you won't be able to cut it, because you can't, if you are using normal scissors, you can't cut less than, more than like 3 layers or 2 layers. Okay, and at this point, I also have, so I told you before that there's some people that come around to do screen printing on contract for me sometimes if I'm busy. So they were here today and they were done with the screen printing, and they can't just leave now. Hey, you cannot come to you can't come to my place for free. You get something to do. So after they were done doing the screen printing, okay, so they are just here to, they just stayed back to help out, and we were doing the customization here, because there's positioning for this DTF print. So I showed them how to position it, and division of labor, okay, it makes it more easier. I was done with everything, the overlock of the bags around I think around to 6. So the customization was what was remaining, and they also helped out. So at this point we were four working. We have cameraman holding the camera. Somebody is definitely holding the camera, and when it's not filming, it's also working. So we all worked. So we divide this. I was peeling. Let me talk briefly about DTF. See, when you are transferring DTF on Chino's fabric, you have to be very careful. If not, it's going to be lifting back. Okay, it will be lifting back even when they put enough powder. Number one, make sure that your adjuster is well tightened. When it comes to your heat press now, make sure the adjuster, you tighten the adjuster very well, and so that there will be more pressure on both the print and the fabric or the bag. Okay, so it will be more easier for you to peel. If the adjuster is not tight enough, you might have to be returning it back over and over again. So to prevent that, make sure that you adjust the adjuster. Make sure it tightens. If you don't know what I mean by adjuster, I have a video on how to make do of it press on this channel. You can check it out. And some of you are saying that when you transfer your DTF, it peels, it does that and all. The major thing that can make your DTF remove or peel is, number one, maybe the print was not properly done, or you to yourself, you did not print it well. Okay, so after you're done printing and you remove the transfer sheet, you must cure it back, and that is what we are doing here. Curing is very important. We are curing, we are counting at this point, making sure everything is complete. So you can't just say you transfer DTF, you remove the transfer sheet, and you're done. You did not do the necessary thing. It's going to peel, it's going to remove. So whether you use iron or you use heat press, may have told you before, heat press is just like a broader surface and more utter fashion of what's it called, of iron. So you can use your iron. Some of you are saying it's maybe because I use iron, that is why it's removing. No, me, I use iron close to 2 years to do this customization. So I've experienced both sides. So you can't tell me that it's because you use iron that is the reason. Okay, so do it properly, recure it, and make sure everything is secured. And look at what we have at this point. It was around I think to 8 p.m. Yes, maybe to 8 or after 8 at this point. The person that was to collect it that is here to collect it, is already outside, and we're just making sure everything is well done. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Patronize me. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.